Please be advised that this video is for the sole purpose of entertainment. Any views are purely my own, are subjective and may not necessarily be true. I do, however, do extensive research for all of my videos. All photos have been found on the public domain. I am using them under the fair use and fair dealing guidelines. I urge everybody to do their own research. Well, hello, it's Murky Meg here. It's Monday the 2nd of March and this is my second video today. If you've not seen my first video, please go back and have a watch. But if you don't want to, stay tuned. So I touched a little bit about this whole issue of the security with them in Canada. So what's happening now is that a lot of news press in this country are now really starting to shout about whether or not taxpayers should stomp up the cash for their security. We know that Canada will not be providing any funding after the 31st of March. So, as I've said in multiple videos, we are the ones that are probably going to have to stump up the cash. Now, it's kind of a double-edged sword to me. I know that they need security. I'm not questioning that, and I don't think anybody would ever question that. They are extremely sought after individuals with regards to publicity right now. I mentioned this in my previous video. Everybody wants to get that money shot. What's happened now is that prior to this morning, people were going, well, it shouldn't be up to the taxpayer. They are rich enough. In fact, the royal family are rich enough. I think they either stomp up the cash themselves as a couple. It seems the general consensus of this country is that we, the taxpayer, or Charles or the Queen stomps up the cash, but will not pay. And it's gotten to the stage where if they do pay, people are actually saying that after the Queen dies, it should be the end of the monarchy, which is extremely worrying. That this person who's married into the royal family she's not even been here for 2 years, is effectively putting the monarchy on shaky ground because of her greediness. Because let's face it, they don't want to pay. Harry and Meghan, they do not want to pay for their security. They don't see that they should pay for their security. So if the taxpayer has to pay, I think serious questions will be asked on whether or not the monarchy is viable in the future if they can't actually stand on their own 2 feet, as adults should, and stomp up the cash themselves. If they want security, they should have to pay for their own security. That is generally what the taxpayer is saying. But what's now been highlighted even more, because Harry is in the country, Meghan apparently is being flown over as we speak, or soon, but as I said in my previous video, she wants a private jet because of coronavirus. But it's confirmed that Archie is still in Canada. That means that there is 3 lots of security in 3 different places. Harry's security, Meghan's security, and Archie's security. I'm not denying that they need security, but I think the logistics need to be thought about because at the moment, because they are not responsible, they don't have to pay for their own security at the moment. They are literally exploiting the good nature of the taxpayer. They are thinking, well, we don't have to pay, so hey ho, let's spend it like water. We need security, we get security. You go there, I go there, he goes there. Now, on Breakfast TV this morning, we had Good Morning Britain, where Piers Morgan and Susanna Reid are presenters. We also had the Jeremy Vine show. Both of these TV programmes raised this very issue. Because Archie is currently alone with the nanny, and apparently Jessica Mulroney, I don't know, in Vancouver Island, and Harry's here and Meghan will be coming over, that then pushes up the bill to £50,000 more. You've got to at some point say enough is enough. Either make it work with a budget that you have or not at all. You have this budget. If you go above it, you have to pay for it yourselves. I think that is a viable solution. What they were saying on both the Jeremy Vine show and Good Morning Britain, they did a vote on Good Morning Britain and 90% of people said no, the taxpayer should not pay for their security. It was suggested that if the taxpayer refuses to pay it, we can't actually refuse to pay. We can start petitions, and a petition has been started. We don't really have an option, to be perfectly honest, but the general consensus is that if they don't want to pay themselves, then it ultimately should come down to the Queen or Prince Charles to stump up the cash, because they are no longer working royals. The taxpayer shouldn't pay for them, end of. This is going to roll on for some time, and I think the fact that Harry, Meghan and Archie are in 3 different places again just amplifies the fact to the taxpayer why on earth we're paying for these individuals that aren't going to be representing our country. I am not disputing the fact that they don't need security. They do. But they are all separate right now. That's 3 times the security. I am questioning is who pays, and it's still up in the air. Word on the street is that Harry is actually staying at Soho House, London. We haven't received any confirmation, and because security there is pretty damn tight, and nobody really talks about what goes on in Soho. It's the old saying, what goes on in Soho stays in Soho, and I don't think we'll ever know whether or not he's staying there. Something came out yesterday in the news that suggested that Meghan has ordered her agent. I mean, what royal family member has an agent, for goodness sake? By the by, she's ordered her agent to scout for roles, headline roles, lead actor roles for superhero films. I'm sorry, I snorted. Superhero films. Oh, I needed that laugh. Come on, people. Meghan is not a very good actress. If she was a decent actress, she would have made it in Hollywood, not being a D-list celebrity on a cable show. She was running out of time because Suits was ending, and she knew that, so she had to find a rich husband. Now, ordering her agent to find her a superhero film role is honestly one of the most funniest things I have ever heard. Well, let's hope it happens, shall we? And that it tanks, because that is just desserts, isn't it? Also, Bob Iger has stepped down from being CEO of Disney. He's still in Disney. I believe that he is in the role of the executive chairman now. But we know how pally Harry and Meghan were with Bob Iger at the Lion King premiere. This was where the audio was taken from Harry kind of pitching the voiceover role for Meghan shamelessly. It was caught, and we all know about that. That's, by the by. It was Bob Iger that they were talking to. Now, a lot of press have now come out and said that Disney don't need Meghan. Meghan needs Disney more than Disney needs Meghan. And I think effectively this is exactly what is going to happen with their future. Because of the toxicity that they are causing and the ripples that are in the epicenter going out and out and out, a lot of people are going to be put off working with them for a while because they seem to have no respect. If you don't have respect for somebody, then you're not going to work with them. So at the moment, they are a toxic couple as far as working with big companies. The only people that they are going to be able to work with are the ones that they have already established relationships with, i.e. Ellen and Oprah. Funnily enough, I don't know whether you guys have seen, but Oprah was at this weird wellness conference that she was speaking to on a stage. She fell over, if you haven't seen it. It's quite funny. But guess who was a VIP at this event? No other than Doria Ragland, aka a mumsy of Meghan Markle. Besties, her and Oprah now, aren't they? Says a lot really, doesn't it? And as it's a new month, their Sussex Royal Instagram account, it's all change, and they are now following something called Tank's Good News. Again, it's a bit like the Good News feed thing they did the previous month. I've tried to go onto their website and I've tried to view their terms and conditions, but it keeps bouncing me back to their homepage. I've tried to Google their terms and conditions. I can't find them. That in itself is a slight worry for me, that I can't find the terms and conditions of a organisation that Harry and Meghan are promoting. If you look in their bio on Instagram, it says positivity with a hint of humour, and it's a media news company, not an organisation, not a charity, but a company. So therefore we know that it's all for money. Allegedly, I have to say. But seriously though, if a company's terms and condition can't be found or reroute you back to somewhere else, this is quite concerning really. If you're going to offer terms and conditions, which quite rightfully you should, then make sure it's working. Make sure the link is there and takes you to where it should go. Otherwise, you look deceitful. So it's over to you now. Do you think that it's a good thing that more and more of the media outlets are talking about whether or not that we, the taxpayer, should pay for their security because of this added element that Archie is not with them, and then that pushes an even more legitimate reason to actually question whether or not it's the right thing to do for the taxpayer to pay for them? Do you think it is right that the monarchy's future is now in question because of said lack of transparency when it comes to who is paying and the delay in the decision about who is paying to? What do you all think of what's going on with Meghan and wanting to be cast in a superhero role? Is this just sheer delusions of grandeur and she's just grasping at straws? And also with the fact that the Hollywood insider has said that she needs Disney more than they need her. As always, let me know what you think of the issues that I've raised in this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.